Hello dear students, hope you are all keeping in good health. Welcome to Pen and Paper Chemistry, and we are continuing with our answers to the Smiley Challenge, and we are now today moving on to the structural formula practice questions. I'm taking a long time to explain each of the structures so that whatever are your doubts are cleared in this concept. On your part, what do you have to do? Yes, please keep your pen and paper or notebook ready so that you can correct your answers in case you have attempted, or if you have not, you can practice along with me. The 3 P's of learning chemistry easily. So if you have attempted, let's go through it. If you have not, please pause the video, try these structures. There's a complete list of them starting from A to N, which will give you good practice of these questions. So I am going to do the first one now, that is, which says 2-hydroxy 5-methyl hex 5-enol. So if you notice, in order to name this compound, I first need the base chain. And what is that base chain going to be? It's going to be a hex. That means I have 6 carbon atoms in the base chain, right? So let me say I'm going to name this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So I know where to place the groups. 2-hydroxy, 5-methyl, hex 3-ene, al. Al means at the first position it's an aldehyde group. What's the next thing that you have to do? Yes, of course, complete the hydrogen atoms. Simple. How do you know how many hydrogen atoms to put? Carbon has a valency of 4. That means it can form 4 bonds. Check. How many bonds has your carbon formed? So here, carbon has formed 1 bond. In other words, how many are left? 3. So I get a CH3. Here, 1, 2, 3. There you go. So I have another hydrogen here. The carbon number 4, 3 bonds here and 1 bond here. Completely satisfied. Carbon number 3, 3 and 4. Carbon number 2, 1, 2, 3, and I need to put 1 more hydrogen over here, and that's it. Our structure is complete. Yes, writing the structural formula is a bit easier. Go ahead, try the next one. Now here, look at the word root. Pentanoic, right? So penta means I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number it 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. At the second position, we have a methyl group, pentanoic acid. That means at the first position, I have COOH group and 4-formyl, so CHO. In other words, our terminal carbon is an aldehydic group, right? So no, because if we say that, do we name it as formyl? Yes, of course. So we will have it as the CHO group. But if you see over here, if I put this as a CH group, then I should be writing 5-formyl, right? Whereas what is given to us in the question is 4-formyl. So we need to correct ourselves here. In other words, this is just a CH3 group and we have a CHO group, right? Come to the third structure now. Of course, the previous one you can complete the hydrogen now. Cyclohex. Now, if you notice over here, there's a prefix, a primary prefix telling me that the 6 carbon atoms are present in a cyclic manner. Cyclohex, 3-ene, 1-ol. So that means, supposing I give this as position number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. At the first position, I have all. So this becomes my OH, right? 3 in. That means my double bond is in between carbon number 3 and 4. And that gives us our structure number C. Now try structure number D. 2-cyclobutyl propanol. 2-cyclobutyl propanol. In other words, now here if you notice, my cyclobutyl becomes a substituent because my main chain here has a functional group. So what will be my word root here? Propane, right? That means 1, 2 and 3 carbon atoms here. Got it? Cyclobutyl is at position number 2. So if I number this as 1, 2 and 3, and I've got an aldehyde group. So CHO obviously at the first position. At the second position, I have a butyl group, cyclobutyl. Cyclobutyl propanol, and rest you have to complete the hydrogen here. I'm sure you can do that. Go ahead, complete it. So we will have a hydrogen attached here. Did you get it right? So by the way, we are on smiley number 4 now. Good going so far. E part, ethane diol, right? So ethane means my main chain will have 2 carbon atoms. Diol means there are 2 aldehyde groups. So CHO, CHO. As simple as that. It's basically 2 aldehyde groups connected to one another. We could also name it as ethane 1,2-diol. Then also they mean the same. Come to F. Pent 1-ene-4-ine. So pent means how many carbon atoms in the main chain? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1-ene. 4-ine. Now you have to complete the hydrogen. So 2 bonds here, so 2 hydrogen. And then you have 2 plus 1, 3 bonds here, so you have 1 more hydrogen here. Complete the hydrogen. So if you see the 4th carbon atom already has all its 4 bonds satisfied. The terminal carbon is CH3. Formaldehyde, it's the common name of methanol. Meth means 1 carbon atom. It's saturated, so ane, and it's an aldehyde group, so methanol. Formaldehyde is the common name, methanol is the IUPAC name, and HCHO is the formula of this compound, right? Acetic anhydride, it's the common name of ethanoic anhydride. So basically, how is acetic anhydride formed? You have 2 molecules of acetic acid. You remove a water molecule. That means it becomes an anhydride. It loses a molecule of water. It is short of water. So how am I going to show the structure? I have explained you the logic of having that name in the common system. Whereas in the IUPAC system, it's a derivative of ethanoic acid. So ethanoic anhydride, correct? Let's go on to 2-phenyl ethanoic acid. Now again, what's your word root over here? Eth. That means there are 2 carbon atoms in this chain. So let's draw them. Ethanoic acid, that means at my first carbon atom has a COOH group. At the second carbon, I have a phenyl group, C6H5, or you can also show it by this structure. Both are correct, right? And of course, complete the hydrogen. Got it? Good going so far. How many smileys have you collected so far? Let me know. Phenyl propanone. So again, what will be your word root? Prop. That means we will have 1, 2 and 3. Phenyl, that means at the first position itself. So let me number this as 1, 2 and 3. So we will have C6H5 here. Propanone. Now where will the double bond O be? If you notice over here, we have not said 2-propanone or propan-2-one. That means it is at position number 1. So we have over here C double bond O here. And we also have the phenyl group at position number 1. So the valencies of this carbon are satisfied, 2, 3, 4. We have to complete the remaining by adding the hydrogen, the respective. In other words, this becomes an ketone with a phenyl group on one side and an ethyl group on the other side. So if you look at this ketone group more holistically, you will see it as C double bond O C2H5 on one side and C6H5 on the other side. So how would you name it in the common system? It would be ethyl phenyl ketone, right? Ethyl phenyl ketone, right? So, but in the IUPAC system, it is phenyl propanone. Now, imagine, just think if it was, instead of propanone, it was propan-2-one. Then how would your answer change? Yes, of course. Then in that case, this double bond O will go to carbon number 2 because this is our carbon number 1, 2 and 3. So here is where our C double bond O would be. Right? I hope this makes it clear. Go ahead, try the next one. Now the next one appears a bit tricky and a bit long. Don't worry, we will break it down. So let's concentrate on the word root first. So butan. So that means there are 4 carbon atoms in this chain. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now what's our primary? Who's our leader here? Yes, our leader is all and is present at position number 2. So we will have 2 all over here, that is 2OH group, right? At the third position, we've got methoxy. So let me clear this thing first. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. At the third position, I have methoxy group. So at the third position, I'm going to put OCH3. Then at the first position, I have 2 phenyl groups. So let's put them here. I will have C6H5 or you can put them as a ring as well. So let me put one as C6H5 and one as ring. There's no hard and fast rule. You can put 2 as rings. You can put both of them as C6H5. Makes it for phenyl. Right. Now, what is missing in this? Yes, the balancing the remaining hydrogen atoms. So please add them. Benzoyl chloride. You remember this name? Yes, benzyl, benzyl, benzo, C6H5COCl. Now let me explain the concept of benzyl, benzyl, benzo to you, because in aromatic compounds a lot of the common names are accepted as the IUPAC names. Now you know this compound, this is very simple, it's benzene. You replace one of the hydrogen by methyl, this becomes methyl benzene or what is also commonly known as toluene. Now, you replace one of the hydrogen by the functional group. So, you have C6H5CH2 group left, right? So, I am substituting one of the hydrogen of the side chain, right? This group becomes benzyl, just like your alkyl groups, right? So for example, I have this compound here and CH2OH. So this is a benzyl group, C6H5CH2, and an OH group attached to it. So this becomes benzyl alcohol. You will come across this word many a times. So just make a note of this. Of course, if I have to name it by the IUPAC name, exactly by IUPAC name, I would name it as phenyl methanol, right? I've got one carbon atom in the main chain and there's an OH group, so I'm going to name it with regards to that. So I'll have methyl, so there's a phenyl group and an OH group. So this becomes phenyl methanol. But what you'll come across very often is benzyl alcohol or the word benzyl. Now come to the second case where what do I do is I replace 2 hydrogen by some other group. So this, in other words, becomes C6H5CH group, right? This is what we call as benzyl. Yes, of course, you got it right. For example, I will have, because there are 2 valencies which are free in this. So, CH double bond O, which is simply written as CHO. In other words, this compound is benzaldehyde and has been accepted as the IUPAC name of this compound. Look at this, benzyl, and there is an aldehyde group over here, so benzaldehyde, right? Come to the last one, where all 3 hydrogens of the side chain are replaced. So C6H5C, and there are 3 free valencies, right? So we will use the word benzo for this. So for example, I will have COCl. Just spread it out, C double bond OCl, right? And here we've got the benzene ring attached at the bottom, right? So this becomes the benzo and there is chloride. So this was in the common system named as benzoyl chloride. So I hope I have cleared your concepts of benzyl, benzyl and benzo and how and where they are used. These are common system adaptations for the IUPAC name of, yes, the aromatic compounds. So let's come back to benzoyl chloride. I hope this makes it clear. Next is benzoic acid. You see, again we have benzo. So oic acid, that means I will have a benzoic acid. So C6H5COOH is my benzoic acid. 2-hydroxy, because my primary functional group will be the COOH, right? So at the second position we have the OH group. Easy, right? Yeah, aromatic naming is a bit easy. For keto, oh yes, I remember I had mentioned to you that instead of keto, we use oxo more often. Now, so let me correct myself here. So, 4-oxopentanoic acid. Go ahead. Even keto wasn't wrong according to the older system. You will find the word keto at a number of places, but oxo is recommended by the recent regulations of IUPAC. So we have over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gives us 5 carbon atoms in the main chain. Oic acid, COOH. By the way, if you have written this COOH on the right hand side, even then it is okay. Only is you have to put the position number 1 here, then 2 here, 3, 4 and 5. At the 4th position, oxo, that means it's a C double bond O. The rest is hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 1, sorry, no 1 here. This is already satisfied, and you have 2 hydrogen here and 2 hydrogen here. Tell me, how many smileys did you collect in this video? For this video, how many of the nomenclatures did you get right? Please share your smiles with me and give me the energy to carry on. See you in the next video, because we yet have to do questions on bond line notation. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy.